So good morning, guys. So welcome back and happy Sunday to everyone. It's a weekend and still, guys, you have joined. Thanks. I'm thankful for that. So, guys, what we're going to do today? So as we committed that I'm going to take up the project series actually. See, basically, like I'll be taking a project series on DevOps actually, DevOps and cloud projects, right? So this is a complete new series, guys. I'll be having a separate playlist in my channel where I'll be uploading many of the DevOps cloud projects actually. So where I'll be taking up a lot of different projects with the different tools and technology involved in that. But most of the project you will see that what are the projects I'll be covering? It will be a combination of DevOps and cloud. Means without the cloud or without the DevOps, you cannot really do it. Yeah, of course, there are some projects are there where you can purely showcase everything in DevOps only, or some projects you can purely showcase only on cloud only. But still, in the organization, in the real time, you would see that actually that both these technology blends are used in the project. Actually, you cannot say that I use the whole DevOps project but without cloud. It's not possible. Same thing with the cloud also. If you say that no, I'm purely working on a cloud, but still, what is happening that actually for some automation purpose you need to use some tools actually, right? Or you need to use some services. So always you'll see there will be a combination of this DevOps and the cloud technology being used actually. And in our series, guys, whatever the projects which I'll be showcasing, it will be a combination of DevOps plus a combination of the AWS and the combination of your Azure clouds. So this is what I thought that. So that's the reason I'll be giving a very common name for the series, something like a DevOps and cloud project. So where I'll be using DevOps in the cloud, I'll be taking the AWS as well as I'll be taking the Azure cloud also. Both this cloud I'll be utilizing in my projects actually, right? So before we start this series, before we start the project actually, I will tell you the theme of the project, and also I'll give the little description about what exactly we are trying to do about that project, and then like we will try to go ahead and we'll try to execute it. Now the thing is that whenever why we are having this project actually. So what do you mean by projects actually in DevOps or cloud? See, project is something like, suppose for example, guys, when you're learning any tool actually, right? Tools. Say for example, you're learning about the Jenkins tool or the Git tool or the Terraform tool. I'm just taking some few tools actually. There are many tools out there, right? So you need to know how exactly in the real time we use these tools actually. So how we will able to get to know how to use it? Because that whenever any project comes, right? Whenever any project comes, right? And and the tasks are assigned. Okay. Usually we should know which is the best tool used to complete the given task. So that's how what happened, guys. When we get into industry, we will see that in DevOps there are multiple tools are being used in a projects, right? We use a lot of different tools in the projects. So who's going to decide which is the best tool which is used for that particular projects? Usually, what happened? It will be the call will be taken care by your technical architects leads. They will try to take up the decision of which particular tool need to be used for that project actually. So hence what happened that whenever you see any projects, actually, you will see that there are several tools are being used with that project. And why we use these tools? Because to do an automation only. That's all right. So DevOps is something like it's an automation. So whenever the DevOps comes to your mind, it's something like you are doing automation. So you have to use the DevOps tools. And of course, all these things, whatever you're doing, you will be doing on the cloud platform. Right. So that's what there is a request. There is always prerequisite that you should also know any two clouds, right? That is AWS or Azure, right? Or both the clouds you need, at least one cloud first you need, and then the second cloud also you should learn actually. So as I said, right, I'll be using the combination of all these tools, right? And the technology in this cloud technology and DevOps tools technology, I'll be using in almost all the projects. You will also see some of the tools which I'll be using in our projects. Say, for example, I'll be using HashiCorp's Vault tool I'll be using. So while using the tool, I'll be explaining about why we are using this tool, right? Say, for example, most of us doesn't know about the Vault tool. So I'll be explaining about what exactly the tool does actually and how to do installation, configuration, and usage actually. so that we will get to know about that particular tool, and also you'll understand the essence of why we are using that tool now in our project or in our projects, right? So that's what I thought, that guys, I might take up any tool which I required, and I'll try to show it actually, right, in our session. Now, if you see it actually, guys, in all our day-to-day activity, guys, all our day-to-day activity, all of us, like whoever are into DevOps and cloud or an SRE or platform engineering, you will see that we will be using a lot of tools, and we know that okay, this tool does particular operation. So hence, you need to know very in detail about each and every tool, right? So now the thing is that, guys, whenever when I'm starting this project series, okay, I expect some prerequisite with all of you, right? I will expect, okay, you should know Linux. You should know about how to log into the cloud. Okay, you should know how to. Firstly, you should know how to create a cloud account. You should have. You should know how to log in into it. You should know how to create a server. You should know how to create a storage. So you should also understand like how to install some softwares or something. So those are the prerequisite, guys, which I always expect from each and every project. So now what happened when I start the project? So today is a project first video. That's a project 1 series. So I will set up some prerequisite actually, right? Saying that, okay, I need the participant who is going through this video, right? They should know all these things. Those are some prerequisites, because I cannot tell everything from the scratch, or I cannot tell everything from the very beginning. It will take a lot of time. So hence I'll keep some prerequisite, but still what happened with an ongoing session also, I will try to explain some little thing or little background about each and every tool, what tool is used and why we are using it, how to do installation, configuration. I will not go with any assumption saying that, okay, this tool is already installed. Okay, this is how I got the GUI. I will not tell like that. I will try to go with every project, whatever I do. I'm going to, I'm going to, I'm going to show the installation, configuration, and also the usage actually, so that we'll all will be aware. Whoever are going to the video, even though if they are not aware of that tool, but what happened during the project series, then they will get to know about that tool and its usage in the project actually. Is it fine, guys? So with that, we are going to start our project series today. Okay. Now, the thing is, guys, today we'll be having a very short project, a very small project, right? And I'll give you the project name, something like a project 1, because this week, this Sunday, we are doing project 1. So I'll be using some tools, and some tools I'll be using, DevOps tools I'll be using. Again, the next Sunday, the project 2, I'll be taking it. Like every weekend, every Sunday, we will try to keep one project. And I'll give the simple name as a project 1, project 2 with the same name, and with the usage I'll be uploading in the channel also, where you can go through it actually. Right. So today, guys, what we'll be doing, like we will be showing you project 1 will be showing you the integration of Jenkins with Terraform. This is a small project, guys. And also, of course, we have a Git also, and we have many other tools. But this is what our theme of today is, that integration of Jenkins with the Terraform. Is it fine, guys? So now, so what is the prerequisite for this project, guys? Prerequisites for this project. And guys, you can ask any doubts whenever you feel to ask any doubts, or if you're not able to understand, please, you can interrupt me in between. Okay. So guys, now for this project series, right? So there's an expectation that you should install the Jenkins. You should have, you need to, you need to have a Jenkins server, right? Anywhere, like you can either have in a cloud account, or either you can have in your on premises, anywhere you can install Jenkins server. I need a Jenkins server to be installed. Preferably, I'll be using AWS cloud initially to install the Jenkins server in AWS cloud. I will take an EC2 machine, and I'll try to install the Jenkins server in that. Okay. So that is one thing. And afterwards, we should also know about how to write a declarative pipeline. Okay, this is one prerequisite actually. Okay, so guys, whenever we are installing Jenkins, because Jenkins is a huge server, it needs a lot of it minimum requires some 2 CPU and 4 GB of RAM. That is a very, very basic requirement. Hence, we'll go with the T2.medium as a instance type. Okay, don't go with the T2.micro. T2.micro will be dead slow if you're using if you're using T.Micro and installing Jenkins on T.Micro, because T.Micro will come with the very least hardware configuration. So with that, what happened, right? You will not be able to practice or do this project actually, right? So this is one prerequisite. It means that it means that you should know how to write a declarative pipeline. That's a prerequisite case. Anyhow, we have already completed the Jenkins, and also most of the Terraform also we have completed, right? So people are aware of these things, right? Now, what are the things? You need a Git to be installed, right? Git to be installed. By default, what happened? Most of the Linux distribution, by default, most of the Linux distro comes by default, comes Git installed by default. So it means that you need not to really install it actually, but anyhow, we can check it and we can see whether the Git is installed or not. You take any Linux, let it be Ubuntu Linux or Amazon Linux or Red Hat Linux distro, any Linux you try to take it, in every Linux distribution, Git by default will get installed. You need not to explicitly install. Even like Python also, Python 3 by default will get installed with every Linux distribution now. Okay. So that you need not to do it actually. You need not to really worry about it, right? And also what happened, right? You need to have the GitHub account actually. You should have a GitHub, your own GitHub account. I'll not be showing you how to create it, but I expect that you need to have a GitHub account, and you need to create a public repo or private repo, whatever. You need to create a repository. You need to create the credentials, and should know about, and you should be aware. You should be aware about Git commands. This is what I expect from all of you. Most of us already have gone through a lot of Git videos also, right? I've already completed the Git sessions also. So I expect that you need to know it actually. Okay. After that, you need to know about the Terraform installation. Okay. And Terraform installation. What else, guys? How to write Terraform files. How to write Terraform files. Okay. And Terraform commands. Okay. These are prerequisite. So what are the other things? There is something in Jenkins, guys, what we do, but basically, whenever we are integrating Jenkins with Terraform or any other tool, say for example, Docker tool or Kubernetes tool, anything, like any tool you take, right? Or else Maven tool, we need to, install certain plugins. Right. So in our series, we will be seeing certain plugins to be installed so that the Jenkins can communicate with the tool. Say, for example, if the Jenkins want to communicate with the Terraform tool, we need to install the Terraform plugin. There is a plugin by name Terraform plugin. It need to be installed. Okay. So like that, in upcoming sessions, you will, in our upcoming projects, you'll see that I'll be installing Maven, I'll be installing SonarQube, I'll be installing many other tools. So you need an appropriate plugin also to be installed so that the Jenkins can actually detect that tool and it can communicate with that tool actually. So basically what happened, we are trying to integrate the Jenkins with many other tools. So to integrate it, you need a plugin actually. And plugin, we know it's a third-party software, right? It is written, and that plugin will help you to communicate from your Jenkins server to any other tool actually, right? So for example, Jenkins want to communicate Terraform, you need to have that particular plugin to be installed actually. And what else exactly? So I'll be using AWS Cloud, guys. So so the prerequisite actually, we need to have a cloud account. We need to have cloud account, and we need to know how to create EC2 machines, EC2 servers, or not, but EC2 means virtual machines. We need to know VM servers. We need to know. Okay, as well, we need to know about how to create a IAM role or IAM, how to create IAM user or IAM role, right? So this is what, guys, there are certain prerequisites which I expect from you all. Okay. Apart from this, anything else is required? I think most of them I've already covered most of the things. So this is what I expect from all of you to know this actually. But still, as I said earlier, right? If suppose certain things people are not aware, but I'm going to explain in the class or in this ongoing session only, I'm going to explain it actually. Is it fine, guys? So, right. So what we'll be doing, guys, as part of this actually. So now we are going to create. First is that we are going to log in into AWS Cloud account and create or launch a EC2 instance. LAUNCH, launch EC2 instance, we say, and the type will what will be launching is a T2.medium, right? So this is the first thing which we'll be doing, guys. And guys, I'll be creating this running note, so you can refer to this notes also. Whatever I do it, everything I'll be making a note of in the same thing, so that I'll be sharing these notes also. If suppose somebody want to do the same thing, they can able to do it easily, right? Okay. So we are going to going to the. So what I do, let me first log into the AWS account. So let me go it and just say console.aws.com, ms.com. So let me log into the AWS console. And let me quickly log into my account. So I expect, guys, you should have the cloud account, right? It's required either AWS or Azure, anything. So it is asking me for the MFA. So let me log into my mobile where it is asking for the MFA code. So 960180. So guys, this is for the authentication, right? Okay, so here, guys, what happened, right? I'll be executing all these projects under the API-South-1A, that is under the Mumbai region, Asia Pacific, Mumbai region, and you could see the code is API-South-1. So I'll be doing everything under this Mumbai region. Okay, so I'll go to the EC2, EC2 service, and let's go here and let's try to see if there is any instance are there. So there are no instances, right? So what I will do, guys, I'm going to create a new instance. How to do an instance? So whatever I'm doing, guys, this I'm manually doing it actually. You can even do through Terraform also. But since it's a first project, for our it's a first project, I will bring it manually now. Later in our upcoming sessions and all, upcoming series and all, like project 2, project 3 and all, you will see that I will not be doing anything manually. I'll be doing everything through automated way by using certain tools. So here I'm trying to do everything manually now, right? So because I need to create one, I want to log into the AWS account and I have to launch the EC2 instance. Why? Because that in that EC2 instance, I'll be installing a Jenkins. Now, guys, what I'll be doing here as part of the project, so I'll be creating a server here. This is nothing but your virtual machine. Okay, here what is happening, guys? I have to install the Jenkins. I have to install Jenkins and do all those setup. Okay, I have to install Jenkins. Now in our project, actually, basically, we are also even having our Git also. We are having Git also. Git is also need to be installed. It means that we need some server where Git is installed. Okay, we need one more server where we need a Terraform being installed. Terraform being installed. This is our prerequisite actually, right? So Git is need to be installed in some server, Terraform need to be installed in some server, and Jenkins need to be installed in some server. This is how it happens actually, right? Now the thing is, guys, what it happens in the real time, in the real world or in the real time, usually what happens, you will have a separate servers I will be running on to a virtual machine, or else there will be an instance where that particular tool will be running as a container. Right? Basically, you can even run as a Docker container, you can run it, or else you can take a virtual machine and physically install that software and you can configure it, right? And later, once you have everything, what you do basically, you try to integrate the Jenkins with the Terraform, where the Terraform is running, integrate the Jenkins with the Git, where the Git is up and running. But as part of our project, what I will do, I'll make it very simple today because it's a first project, right? What I will do, I will try to install the Git and the Terraform in the same server actually, in the same server. So I'll not have a separate servers. I will have the same, in the same server where I'm installing Git, Jenkins, I'll be having Git also, and also I'll be having the Terraform also to make our to make the things very much simpler. But in the real time, it doesn't really happen like that. It will be something like where you'll be installing all these different tools in a different servers and you integrate it. But As of now, okay, we will follow this only, right? So now what I will do that, whatever the instance which I am launching, in that instance, I'll be installing the Jenkins, I'll be installing the Git, Git by default get installed, and also I'll be installing the Terraform. Is it fine? So let's go and try to launch it actually. So I'll go and launch the instance. So I'll give something like Jenkins server. Like this is a tag name I'll give. So guys, I'll be choosing always a Ubuntu distribution. Like I'll click on Ubuntu. It will take you to the latest AMI, that is 24.04. Come down. You have to select the instance type as T2.medium. Yes, this is a T2.medium because it comes with the 2 virtual GP and 4 GB of RAM memory. Yes, come down. Here what happened, right? You can select any of the key actually. Here already a key exists actually in our in this. I don't want to go with that key. I will go with some other key. So basically I want to create a new key. So I'll create a new key pair. I'll give the key pair something like because it's a project 1, right? So I'll just say project 1. I'll try to download the RSA. Sorry, not RSA, yes, PEM. And I will come down here and I'll just say create a key. So you could see that actually, guys, once you create a key, it has downloaded that PEM file. It has downloaded the PEM file. Where it has downloaded in the download directory. Okay, fine. Anyway, this has been selected now. Okay, and then come down under the networking, guys. You have to go to the edit and you can select the default VPC. Subnet, you can select any subnet, which subnet you want, right? And then like you have to go with the firewall that is not security group. You can go with the create security group, or else you can go with the selected security group. I'll go with the selected existing group itself because already a group selected, already a security group with the name by default it is there actually. I will go with this actually. Okay, so this has all those rules and ingress and egress rules been set already. So most of you already know how to create a security group also, right? So that's how, and any other thing is required, you have to give some more memory. It's if it is required, you can give it. For me, 8 GB is sufficient for me because whatever the storage I'm getting, it's not the root volume. So that by default is giving us an 8 GB. Okay, anything else is required? Not, right? Not, everything is already set and right. So nothing to be checked actually. Yeah, I'll go and I'll just say launch instance. So after launching instance, so you could see that the Jenkins server is up and running. So guys, what happened right now? I will go to my download folders. This is my download folder where you could see that I have downloaded a file by name project.pem. So this is not the PEM key. But usually what happened, guys, when I'm trying to log into the server, I'll be using a putty software. It's a third-party software to log into the server. So for putty to be used, we need to have a PPK file, right? Right, putty uh, private key. This is the full form, PPK, putty private key. So that file I need. So whatever the project1.pem is there, right? I need to create a project1.ppk file. So how to generate it, you need to have one more software known as a puttygen.exe and putty exe. These two softwares are prerequisite. It should be there in your system. Or else you can even have a mobile exterm, or else you can even have a git for bash, or you can have a super putty. Any software is okay for us to log into the server. So there are multiple third-party softwares are there which are used actually. So now what I will do, guys, I will try to create a ppk file. So for that, you need to just launch the putty.exe, right? And before you start doing it, go to the key and go to the parameter for saving key. Select the ppk version as 2. First, you have to select 2, right? And then like what happened, right? You have to just click on this load. It will take you, go to the download, all files, give this name project.pem, open it, save as a private key. Yes. And then like give the name as project1.ppk. This is how you are creating a file. And this one I've explained in so many different sessions, right? I've explained this, how to create out, how to generate the PPK from the PEM. I have already explained many times. But anyhow, we have seen, we have even generated now also. So this PPK file, project1.ppk file is a file which is used to log into the server actually, right? Fine, good. Now what you'll be doing, guys, once you create it, actually, like you need to, the next is that you need to log in into the EC2 instance, into that Ubuntu EC2 instance. and install the Jenkins. Okay, install the Jenkins. So let us try to log into it. So let me try to take a public IP of it. Okay, I'll try to take a public IP of the Jenkins server. Go to the downloads. You have a put.exe. So just give the username as Ubuntu at the rate and give the public IP. Okay, and then like there are some settings you need to do. You have to go to the appearance, change it, click on the 16, make it bold, and say okay. You can go to the color settings, default background setting you can do. And here under the connections, you have an SSH. Under SSH, you can expand it. You can expand it. You will get an auth. You have to select the credentials, click on the browse here, and then like go to your download. Just try to give a project1.pp. You just point out to this file because this is a key which are being used actually, right? Then open it and then go to the session here, right? And say open and accept the connection. What happened? One second, guys. What we did basically. We try to log in it like this. Okay, default. What is appearance? Let's see. I think if there is any mistake, let us try to generate again the key. Credentials. Go to the browse. Go to your desktop. Oh, sorry, downloads. Uh, yeah. Which is the file? Yeah, ppk file, right? Project1.ppk file. Yeah, right. Okay. Ubuntu is the username. Okay, guys, I think there is some mistake action happen. Let us go and try to generate again. Let me remove this ppk file. Okay, let us try to do a putty gen. Again, try to go to parameters for setting, give it actually. Just try to load this actually. Just try to load the project1.pem file. Okay, so now you need to save it as a private key. Hold a second. You need to save as a private key. Yes. Are you sure you want to save the? Yes. So now what happened, guys? You have to go here and I think it is not yet removed. Huh? Let me remove this. You have to give the name as same name with the PPK you can give it. Okay. And save it actually. So it has created it. Let's see now. Let me launch. Let me first. Okay. So this Jenkins server is up and running. Let us see, guys. Let me go to the security groups actually. Right. What are the security groups it is using? So let me go to security groups. Let's see what is there because I've chosen the default, right? Inbound, like all traffic. Yes, it's already there. Edit inbound. See, all traffic actually. Or else you can add a new, you can give all traffic, okay, anywhere IP, right? And you can delete this and you can save the route. So just to make sure that this firewall, you are open the port number 22, right? That because when you're trying to log into this server, right, the port number 22 should be open. Anyhow, we are given a security group as all traffic. It means it will allow even the port number 22 also, right? So go over here and then try to log into that server again. So what you will do that you will go over here and this is the public IP of your Jenkins server. Come over here and again if you try to run Ubuntu at the rate, you have to give at the rate and give the public IP of your. So let me check one more time, public IP. Yes. Okay, public IP and go over here and try to, I think all other things are set it appropriately, right? Be appearance, any changes you need to do it, right? 14, but one second. And color setting is there, connection is there. Then what else? You have to give SSH, auth, credentials. Why it is still, yeah, project1.ppk. Oh, why it is not allowing? No support authentication method available. Uh,
Do with the git bash, it will work.
no. Wait, hold a second, man. Why it is not working? It was working right, all this. APF in South African 1A. Yeah, this is correct only. It has come into this also. Strange. Or else, what is the key? Is there already key created key pair? Yeah, project 1 key is there already. RSA key, that's correct only. Strange. Why it is not allowing us? Or else, are we doing any mistake? One second. One second. Generated. One second, guys. It should not take this much of time. No, man. You are given a key. See, Prathamesh, this is there, right? This is the key. And if you come down, uh, what is the key it is used? Oh, right. What you said is right. Key pair is not at all assigned at launch. Not attached the key pair only, man. Sure. God. Yeah, what you said is right actually. Key pair itself is not attached. How come it is not attached? Yes, what you pointed out is very right, rightly. Oh God. Let us try to launch one more instance. Let me, sorry guys. I don't know why it is didn't selected actually. Okay, let me try to terminate this instance. Because guys, somehow it got, like it didn't selected. Anyway, that's fine. So let me launch one more instance. Thank you, Prathamesh, for pointing out that one. So I will give the Jenkins server as a name. I will give the Ubuntu and same thing. Select for Twitter dot medium. Yeah, good. Come down. Yeah, Project-1. Right. This is the what? Right. And then like in the security groups, go here and try to give a default security group here. Right? Under the edit, you can give, it's required if you can give it, or else you can leave it as it will take by default some subnet. If you are not giving any preference, it will take it by its own. So if I'm not giving also, no problem, it will work. So you selected the security groups, default security groups, come down, anything else is required, nothing, just a launch instance. View instance. So let's see whether Jenkins server is up and running. Yes, it will come up now. So as I said, guys, don't go with the T dot medium, T dot micro. You have to always go with the T dot medium, or you can go with the T2 dot large also. But T2 dot large will, it will try to, the billing is, I think, 8 rupees per hour is a billing for the T2 dot large. We can go with that also, or else T2 dot medium is more sufficient for like executions and all, right. That is more sufficient. We need not to really go with the very large servers. It's not required unless and until you are trying to build mini projects, right, where you need a lot of disk space and memory. You need it actually. That reason you will go with the very high instance types. Otherwise, T2.medium is fine for us actually. So guys, this is already up and running, right? Okay, let me try to select on it and let me try to give a public IP. Go to your putty, go to your putty, and already we have a. I need to create it. Sorry, I need to create a this one. Try to load it and then like try to give all files. Give this project.pem. Okay, save as a private key and give that name as ppk file. Okay, and then just save it actually, right? Sorry guys, I will do it again because while launching it, I need to select the key types as parameters for saving as 2 because 3 it sometimes will not work. So that's what you have to always select this one. Load it, give the file name, all files, give the PEM file, and then like save as a private. Okay, and Give name as full. Just rename this from prem to PPT and save this file. Clear? Now, let's try to log into the server now. Now, let's see whether it is attached with that key pair is project-1. Yes, now it should show project-1, right? Earlier it was not showing, right? Okay, we'll go back to the instance. So let me try to copy the public IP and go to your putty and just say, because guys, by default, the username is Ubuntu because it's a Ubuntu server. How to check that? You can go to here and you can just say connect. If you do connect, can you see the default username is Ubuntu, right? That's the reason you have, I'm giving in a putty session. I'm just giving a name as a Ubuntu @ and give the public IP. So the public IP is this one, right? And here you can do some settings here, right? You can give 16 or 14 or whatever. And then like you can go to the color settings and then you can go to the SSH, expand SSH, expand auth, credentials, browse it. And here go to the downloads. Here what happened, you can go over here, all files. You can say project1.ppk, open it, and then try to go to a session and just try to open it. So accept the connection. So you'll be able to log into that server, right? Now, once you log in server, what we will be doing is we will be executing, we will be, once you log in it, we will be working as a root user actually. That's what we'll be doing it, okay? So what we'll be doing that, I'll be switching to the root user. I'll say sudo su-root, enter, right? And the first command is it, you have to say sudo apt update. So this is for updating the package, okay? Sudo apt update. Now the third step is that guys, you will be installing a Jenkins server. So for the installation of Jenkins server, right, you need to install the OpenJDK because you need to have a Java to be installed. Okay, because Jenkins expect Java to be installed. So you can install the Java 11 or 17 or 21. Any version you can install it. But I will go with installing 21, right? For installing the 21, you have to say sudo apt install open jdk -17 -jdk -y. This is a command I'll be using it actually. Okay. So, right, what I'll be doing that you have to install the Java. So sudo apt install open jdk -17 -jdk -y.
Sir, you told you'll install 21, right?
Yeah, I can install 21 also. No problem. Yeah, Mahesh, you had any doubt?
Also, like initially you said like I'll go with Java 21, right? Now you installed 17, right? That's the thing I said.
Yeah, that's what I said. I can go with anything. I can go with the 17 or 21, anything. Java 17 is also okay, or 21 is also okay. No problem. So Java 21 is the latest, sir. Whatever the Jenkins you are installing, it will work. But it should be, the Java installation should always be above 11 or equal to 11 or above 11. Java 8, if you install now, Jenkins will not support on Java 8. It will not work. If you go to the official documentation of Jenkins website, they'll give you that Java can be installed on from the Java 11 only. I mean, Jenkins can be installed on Java on Java 11 only, from Java 11. Right? That's fine. Anyhow, I've installed 17. That's fine. So if you say Java FNFN version, you could see that the Java 17 is installed in my system. Now I have to install the Jenkins software. So how to install Jenkins software? You can just go to the Google and just go saying installing Jenkins on Ubuntu. If you search on it, you'll get this link, guys. So this is the official website, jenkins.io. You have to just click on it. Okay. If you click on it, this is a site. And if you come down and if you go to the Ubuntu section, you could see that always you have to install the long-term support release. This one you have to install it. So these are the steps you have to install it. So I can copy it. So let me paste here in document also. So this is what the steps you need to install it. For Java. After installing the Java, you need to install the Jenkins. So let me, I have already copied it. I'll just go directly like this, clear the screen and just install this, all these steps. So I'll say yes. So it is installing Jenkins. So Jenkins installation usually take around 5 minutes of time, right? Because there are so many dependencies that it has to take it, and it will install. It depends upon your, your instance size. If your instance type is large server with a lot of RAM memory and CPU, more CPU, then Jenkins will go with very fast actually, installation, configuration, everything. See, now it's so fast, see, it is installed actually. Now, after doing that, actually, after installing software, so what you have to do that, you have to just run some command, systemctl, okay, enable Jenkins dot service, okay, systemctl start Jenkins dot service, systemctl status Jenkins dot service. So you could see that actually that once you run it, you could see that your Jenkins server is active and is up and running. Okay, and it always works on the port number 8080. So what are the commands you executed, guys? So I can do a control C. So after installing the Jenkins, you need to run this command. Okay, you need to, let me remove this. You need to run that command and you need to, okay, you need to start also. To check the status, we know very well that we need to run this command, status command, right? So Jenkins will always be running on port number 8080. That's a standard. Jenkins will always be running on port 8080. Okay, so apart from this installation, guys, what are the other installation you need? I need to install on the same EC2 instance, I need to even install the Terraform also. So to install the Terraform, does the Terraform requires any prerequisites? Nothing like that. You can go and directly install it. So what I'll do, I'll go and I'll install Terraform on Ubuntu. So you can go to the official website, right? Developer.hashicorp. Like you can go to this link, right? And you can just click on the install here, and you could see that they will give you they will for all various different OS distribution, right? You will get all the steps. So here you have to go to the Linux section. Under Linux section, you have Ubuntu and Debian. You can just copy this whole step. Okay, let me install it. So here, what is happening that you need to the fourth step is that actually install Terraform on the same server where Jenkins is running, right? And this is a step actually. So what I'll do that, I'll go to the server. I will directly copy these commands and just say enter, right? So you need to just strictly follow the official documentation, guys, because in the official documentation, they'll give the latest steps actually. If you're trying to refer to any other links, some other links, right, then what happens? There will be some, the steps might be little older. It might not work properly. So in that case, what happened, right? You cannot proceed with the installation. So always refer to official documentation for any installation, right? So Terraform is installed. How to verify it? You just say Terraform -FN version. If you execute this command, you will see that Terraform is installed. Now, apart from that, what is happening? The next step is that the fifth step is that actually you have to install the Git. Install the Git. But Git is by default will be installed actually. So there's nothing to install it. Suppose in case if you are, so how to verify it? You can just say git -FN version, Git is installed. Or else if the Git is not installed, you have to just say sudo apt install git -y. This is the command you have to use it to install it, guys. But as I said, most of the time nowadays Git is installed, you need to really worry. So Git is already there. There is nothing to be done, right? Okay, fine. It means that for installation, everything is fine. Now the thing is that now we have, once we install it, what you have to do now is, so the sixth step is that actually you need to have the GitHub account, which I already have it. So if I go through it, if I go to my GitHub account, I'll just say github.com, enter. So I already have an account, guys. This is my account actually, right? This is my account actually, right? This is my account where I'll be creating a I'll be uploading the projects and all in my GitHub account, and I'll make that repo as a public repo, not like a private. Okay. So this is my GitHub account. So I will be using this also. So in the GitHub account, you need to have, and I need to create the key actually for authentication. So how to generate a key? What I have to do, guys, you have to go to your account here. Just go to the settings. Where is it actually? Yeah, go to the developer settings and then come to the personal access token. Go to the token classic. I can go with the token classic. Okay. And then like generate a new token classic. It'll ask you for the password initially. You have to give your GitHub password. So once your password, so he'll ask you to give a token name. I'll give something like a Project-1 as a token name. Something. Well, expiry is 30 days. Okay. So it means that how long the token should be available. It means it should be available for next 30 days. Okay. 30 days is okay for me. So for what are the things which we are using that key actually? So let me select all the scope actually. Right. Repo, I need to build, I need to, for the repo management, I need to workflow, write package, delete package, admin, write access, public key. I mean, almost most of the things you can select actually, because for all these things, I might require to have the token where it supports all this, right? And then say generate the token. So you got this token, guys. I'll just copy this token and I will keep it in here in this location. Later, if you want to delete it, you can delete it. But this is the token I'll be using. So this is nothing but your GitHub token actually. GitHub token. Is it fine? Okay, good. So this token I'll be using in some time now. Okay. After that, what you will do that basically, guys, you can go and you can go to your account, and here what happened that you can go to the repository, your repo, click on this your repo, and here what happened, right? I can go and I can create a new project actually. So click on this plus sign and you can see that new repository. Yeah. So I will give the projects, the series, I'll give the repository name as project-1 only, project-1, project-1, right? I'll give it that name. There's no need to give any description. You can copy the same description like project-1, right? And you will make as a public repository, not as a private. Any other thing is required. Okay, no, just create the repository. So you could see that actually this is a repository. It has been created, project-1 repository. It's a public repository. And you could see that this is your GitHub URL actually. This is nothing but your GitHub URL. So this is a GitHub URL. Is it fine? So it means that whatever the projects, whatever the files which I'll be uploading, I'll be uploading everything into this repo actually, project-1 repo actually. Fine. Okay, fine. So far everything looks good actually. Okay, we have installed all the things. Now what you need to do? You need to configure the Jenkins. Now after installation of the Jenkins, guys, after start of the Jenkins, what you need to do that? You need to do a configuration. Configuration of Jenkins. Okay, and configuration and configuration, installing plugin, installation of plugin, and uh, configuring it and configuration. All these things we will do at a short, right? So we'll go over here and we will try to, because this Jenkins server is already running in the same server, I can take a public IP. I can go to here and I'll just say :8080 and say enter. So once you give the port number, IP address with the :8080, it will say that to log into it, to proceed further, you need to give the initial password. You have to copy this line, go to the server, because in this server, in this particular path, it has some initial password. So try to copy this password, go over here, give this initial password and try to say continue. So once it comes, it asks you to go ahead with installing some plugins actually. I will go with the installed suggestion plugin, right? Click on this. You could see that, guys, some of the very basic plugins are getting installed, like Git plugin is getting installed, Ant plugin is getting installed, Gradle is getting installed, Maven is getting installed, Mailer, folder, OWSP markup formatter. Many of the very, very basic plugins are getting installed as part of it actually, which is required. Okay. So we are installing it, we are configuring it now. What is the next we are doing, guys? After this, we need to install the plugin. So what plugin we are installing? Since guys, since we are since what happened, we are having Jenkins server, and in the same server, even Terraform is also installed. Terraform is also installed, right? Terraform is also installed. Now Jenkins want to communicate with the Terraform. To make Jenkins to communicate with the Terraform, we need a plugin. So how to install the plugin? Let's see now. So I think it's done. Let me go over. It's installed. It's almost done now. Yes. Now you have to give the usernames. So let me give the username as something like admin. Give the password as at something like admin@123. Admin@123. I'm giving a user full name is again admin. What's the email ID? Admin@gmail.com. Something you're giving all these details you're filling. So this is your first user account, guys, which you're creating once you are trying to configure the Jenkins. By default, you're giving the admin as a username. You can give your own name also. Like in my case, I can give Rajesh also. And the password Rajesh won't do. Anything can give, but I'm giving admin. So he'll be a root user or he'll be a super user actually, like that. And I'll just go with save and continue. Okay, save and finish and start using Jenkins. So guys, here the Jenkins has been installed. This is the dashboard of your Jenkins server, right? And as I said, right, we need to install the plugin actually. What you can do, you can go with the manage Jenkins and then you can go to the plugin sections. Here you can go with the available plugin here and then you can just search for Terraform. So can you see this Terraform is there, right? You have to just click on this and just say install. So once it installed, it is getting installed, guys. It is not really required for us to restart the Jenkins server, but anyhow, as I said many times earlier also in Jenkins classes, it is always better to restart the Jenkins whenever any plugins are getting installed. So I'll click on it so that once the plugin will get successful, get installed completely, then it will restart it. The Jenkins will get restarted. So always make a habit of restarting the Jenkins post installation of the plugin so that the plugin can work very well. Sometime what happened, it might require a restart. You might not really detect what is the issue. So once the Jenkins getting restarted, right? Afterwards, like the Jenkins will start working, right? So it's always better. So I log in as an admin. So it has restarted now. And I'll give the password as admin@123. So you installed it. So guys, so once you installed it, actually you can go to the installed plugin, right? And then like just search for Terraform just to verify. Can you see that Terraform plugin is installed actually, right? It has been installed. Fine. Now go back to the manage Jenkins. Now you need to configure it. Configure it means you need to make sure that your Jenkins has to communicate with, Jenkins has to communicate with the Terraform. For doing that, you need to configure the tool actually. You have to go under the tool section because we know that, guys, as per diagram, Jenkins installed. Jenkins has to talk to your Git also. Jenkins also has to talk to the Terraform also, right? So both these plugins are already been are installed. Git is by default, the plugin is installed in Jenkins. Now we have installed Terraform. Now you need to configure such a way that Jenkins actually can communicate with that specific tool with the help of a plugin. Now, if you go over here under your tool section, under manage Jenkins, under that you are having tool section, tools. Earlier it used to be with the name was a global configuration actually. Now it has been renamed as a tools. If you click on this, here if you come down, you could see the Git installation. Git is by default, it is got installed actually, right? Now, if you come down, you could see there's something like a Terraform installation. Just say add Terraform. And here what happened, you have to give some name. I'll give some name as a Terraform, something I'll give the name. I don't want to install it, guys. It's all because already Terraform is installed, right? So you have to just unselect this, right? Unselect this one. And then it is asking for the home directory, where exactly the Terraform is installed in your system. If you go over here and if you just say where is Terraform, you could see that actually it is there under slash user bin, right? You have to give this complete path. So what have to give that? Slash user slash bin slash. You have to give slash. So if you're not giving slash, right, it will not work. You have to always end with the slash, right? Anything else is required? That's all, guys. Git is already there. I need not to touch this part. Only I just added the Terraform. I gave some name. You can give any name here. I'm giving the name as a Terraform. And then I'm to give the install directory where it is there, slash user slash bin, and you have to give slash and say apply and save. Is it fine? So it means that now plugin under the plugin sections, everything we have installed, everything is fine now, right? Nothing to be there. So all those configuration is done now, right? Now, what else is required, right? Now the thing is, guys, if you go to the prerequisite, you saw that actually you need to have a Git installed, GitHub is to be installed, Terraform is installation is installed, everything. Jenkins is already installed, and few plugins like Terraform is one of the plugin which installed it actually. So under AWS, what happened, right? You need to create an IAM role. Why you need to create an IAM role? So guys, what we'll be doing here as part of this requirement, we are having one server EC2 instance where Jenkins, Git, and Terraform is installed, right? And where we have created this, we have created on our AWS cloud only. Okay. Now, what we are doing as part of this project, we are actually trying to create a Terraform files. Okay, we'll be creating a Terraform files, right? For example, like whenever you know that whenever I want to create an infrastructure, say for example, I want to create an infrastructure as EC2 instance, I want to create it, or I need to create a VPC, or any resources I want to create it, any resources I want to create it, you need to write a Terraform files. So for that, you'll be writing a file by name main.tf and provider.tf. These are some two important files you will be writing it actually, right? You'll be writing these two important files. Now, under product.tf, you know that we will be mentioning the product details. Under the main.tf, you'll be mentioning about the resources. So whatever the resources which you'll be using, right? Those information will be there in the main.tf, and whatever the under which providers, like I'm using AWS providers. So AWS providers, you will be using it actually, right? Now the thing is that, guys, actually that now, because we are creating a server in AWS only, and under the same AWS only cloud only, you have to create an infrastructure, then it means that your Jenkins, it will try to call your Terraform files. And that Terraform files, in turn, it has to create a resource. So it means that wherever in whichever server the Terraform is running, okay, Terraform need to authenticate to the AWS cloud and run the Terraform files and Terraform.tf files. So for that, there are various ways are there, right? So this server, it has to authenticate to your AWS account. So say, for example, this server where your Jenkins Git is Terraform installed. So assume that this is a server, the same server, guys, where Jenkins is there, or where even Terraform is also installed, even Git is also installed, right? Now, when you've installed the Terraform, this Terraform is installed, it will act like a client actually. So it has to authenticate to your AWS cloud. You're in the same AWS cloud only, right? But still what happened? So how it can authenticate? You need to provide an authentication method. So one of the authentication method for the for your Terraform is that, but you can configure the AWS CLI command line, through which what happened, you can run AWS configure command, and you need to provide a access key and the secret key. Access key, access underscore key, and secret underscore key. You need to provide these details to AWS configure. So how you're going to get the access key and secret key? Because in AWS, you have something known as an IAM service. With the help of an IAM service, you need to create an IAM user. IAM user you need to create. With the IAM user, you will get access key and secret key. The same secret access key and secret key, you need to provide it. Once the AWS CLI is configured in your system, with the help of the AWS CLI, your Terraform can actually do an authentication to it actually. Can do an authentication. But since guys, this is something like external, assume that this server is somewhere outside the cloud and you are trying to do, right? Then this is required. But what I'm doing here that because I'm doing everything under my same AWS cloud. In the AWS itself, I'm having a server where I've installed all Terraform, Jenkins, Git, everything is there actually that. Then in that case, do we need this authentication? It is not really required. Instead of it, what you can do that you can create an IAM role actually. What you can do, you can create an IAM role, right? And attach that IAM role, attach that IAM role, attach that IAM role, attach that IAM role, attach the IAM role to the EC2 instance, to the EC2 instance where Terraform is, where Terraform is running or where Terraform is installed. This is how you have to do. So Rajesh, either you can go with this way, AWS CLI, or else you can create. Why I'm not going this way? Because that I'm not doing any externally, guys. I'm trying to do everything in the same cloud, in the same server only. Then why I need to have an AWS CLI configured separately? I can create an IAM role and attach it actually. So shall we see that how to create an IAM role now? So the next step, eighth step is to create a IAM role and attach to the EC2 instance. How to do that? So we'll go to the AWS here, and if you try to go to your AWS, and if you try to search for IAM service, so you could see that there's an IAM service there. Just do a right click and open it, right? And here what happened, right, guys? Here what happened under your dashboard, you could see that there's something like you can create a user, you can create a roles. So let me create a role here. So click on this role, right? And you could see that already there are some roles are already existing. But you want to create a new role. So just click on this create role. Yeah. So AWS service I need, okay, for that only. And what's the use case? For which use case? You said, Raj, I want to create a EC2 instance, many other services. So let me create a EC2 instance. For that use case, I am creating a role, okay? Come down for EC2 instance, everything. Any other thing, nothing, sir. Just go with the next. What permission you want to give it? You can either go with the full administration access. If you click on this administration access, you will get a complete control of all the resources, whatever is provided. But I don't need everything. I want to give a full permission for EC2 itself. So if you try to search for EC2 like this, and if you come down, can you see Amazon EC2 full access? Yes, this is what I needed actually. This is what the policy I need to do. Just click on it, come down here and say next. You need to give some role name. So I'll give the role name as something, the same thing. I'll give project-1 as a role name. Any other thing is required. That's all. Just create the role. So now you could see that actually, guys, there is a role by name project-1 has been created. Right. Now, once you create the project role, create an IAM role. That's a project-1 role. You need to attach to EC2 instance. So what you have to do that, you have to go to your EC2 instance. Here, this is a server where Jenkins server is running, where also Terraform is running. You have to just click on it. This one, go here, actions, go to the security, go to the modify IAM role, and go here and just select the project-1 role and then say update IAM role. So this is how you need to attach it actually. So what are the IAM role you have created, right? That you have attached to this server, because in this server, even Terraform is also running. Because tomorrow when we are trying to build, when you are trying to, build a project, it has to create infrastructure in AWS, right? So for that, you need to have a role actually, or you need to have a authentication method. So authentication method one, what I'm choosing as per the diagram, I'm choosing to go with the IAM role itself actually, not with the AWS CLI. Is it fine, guys? Any doubts so far?
Rajesh, can you
Yes, sir.
can you doing again how to attach the IAM role for the EC2 instance? Can you
Okay.
repeat the step?
Yeah, you can just click on it. Okay. See, either you can go with the, if you click on the instance ID itself actually here, right? Instance ID, right? Here, if you go to the EC2, if you go to the EC2, click on it. You can either click on here and go to the actions, go to the networking, security, modify IAM role. Here what happened, you need to select what is a role which you have created. So project 1 is a role which I created. Just go and update IAM role like this. You have to do. Right? It means that actually now you are easy to this server where Jenkins and Terraform is running. It has been attached to an IAM role actually. Right? Fine. Okay, good sir. Now what is other things is required? Okay, what other thing is required? Now, once it's done, now Rajesh, let me create a project now. It means that now let me write a Terraform file now. So ninth is that write Terraform files. Yes, Vinod.
So only one role can be attached to that.
Yeah, only one role. Yes.
Okay, so inside we need to mention whatever the permissions we need,
Yes.
and we
Yes.
have to
Whatever
make
the
it as a
policy.
single role.
Yes. What are the policies you want to make it, right? You want to attach all those policies, right?
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So now write the Terraform files. So what I will do, guys, I've created already in my GitHub account, right? I created the where is it actually? Sorry. Yeah. I created a project-1 as a repository. It's a public repository, and this is nothing but a GitHub URL. What I'll do, I'll copy it and I'll go to my Jenkins server where Git is also running, Terraform, everything is running. Let me try to create a project here only. Let me try to create a files here only, right? So what I'll do, I'll just say git clone and give this complete. So you're cloning it, and if you say ls, can you see a project-1 folder, whatever it's right, that repo is there. If you do a project-1, cd to project-1 and say ls, nothing is there. So it means that now you need to start creating a file. So for Terraform, guys, I have to create a file, something like a provider.tf file, right? So you have to open the file, and what you have to do that, you have to go to the, what is it actually? What is it, guys? Terraform registry. Yeah, Terraform registry. You have to just search for this, go to this link, and then go to the browse providers, go to the AWS, and in the AWS, you could see these are providers, right? You need to just copy this provider. Come over here and paste it actually. Right, here you have to do one small change, just add the region actually. Region is equal to, because I'm doing everything in the Mumbai region, it is the Mumbai region's code is region name is API-1. This is what it is. That's all. And save this file. So one more file let me create. Now the main.tf file. Okay, insert it. Because I know that how to create an EC2 instance. Okay, you can go to a documentation and you can search for AWS_instance. So let me create only one instance as part of this one, as part of this as part of this project actually. So you can go to AWS instance. Here you could see that actually that this is a resource you have to use it actually. Right. But let me know, let me write my own way. So I'll just say resource. What is it? AWS_instance. And something like instance as server1, anything. Okay. Open the bracket. You need to give some parameters. Instance_type is equal to t2.micro or t2.nano, whatever. And you need to provide a AIM ID. AIM ID is equal to, you need to give an AIM ID. So for that, what I'll go to my AWS account. Here you could see that there's something like AMI catalog is there. Just open this in the new tab. So I need an AIM ID. I will go with the Amazon Linux itself because I will be creating Amazon Linux as part of this. So let me copy this AIM ID. Come over here and paste it actually. And then what else other things is there? Tax is equal to name is equal to, because I'm creating a Amazon server, let me give a name as Amazon server, something like that. So guys, this is a simple resource which I'm creating, just one resource. I can create a number of resources. I can create a VPC, I can create EBS volume group, I can keep anything, whatever resource, but just to show you, I've just written a very small resource, which is about creating a AWS instance actually. and I will save this file. So you're having two files. One is a main.tf and prod.tf, right? So, right. And if you go here, if you go to your GitHub account, right, this is nothing but this is the project-1, and it is actually it is having a main as your branch. Actually, under main branch, actually your project-1 is there. And let me try to do I need to push into this repository now. So to do that, what I have to do that, you need to do little configuration more. So what I will do, I'll just say git config. What is it, guys? I have to do a git config -fn global user.name Rajesh, git config -fn global user.email ID. Sorry, mail Rajesh, sorry, at the rate. So whoever have attended the Git class, they will understand all these things, whatever I'm doing it. Right? Now I'll do one thing. I'll just say git status. If you do git status, you could see that these are two files are there. So what I need to do, I have to just say git add dot and say git status, right? And then do a git commit -m, right? Added main.tf and provider.tf files. Commit. And then you need to push it. Git push origin main. So you're pushing it. So you're pushing into your repository here now. So for that, it is asking for the username and the password. The username is my email ID. And the password is nothing but whatever the key which you have created, right? At that time, earlier I had generated a key, right? Or the token, right? So you need to give this token actually. Copy this token, go over here and paste it and say enter. So can you see here, guys, it has been uploaded. These two files have been uploaded. How to do that? Go here and just try to refresh it actually. Can you see under the project-1, there are two files are there now, main.tf and pro.tf. Main.tf, you're just trying to create a simple resource by name EC2 instance, which you're creating. And provider.tf is something like where you're having the provider.tf file. This is what you're having. Is it fine, guys? Tomorrow we'll be building more and more complex project. Like right now, you understand, okay, with just two simple files, I'm going to create an infrastructure. Any doubts you have so far? Okay. So everything is done, guys. Nothing to be there. Now what happened, guys? Now you need to create a pipeline to run this project actually, right? So for that, you have to go back to your Jenkins here. Okay, this is not required. Okay, this is required. IAM role, you can remove it later if you want. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll go to the dashboard. So whenever I want to build a project, you have to go to the new item. Okay. Here what happened, I will be giving the name as something like a project-1. So good only. I will be selecting as a pipeline. Come down here and just say create it. Okay. So this project-1 is to show the integration of Jenkins with Terraform. Right? Come down here. Right now, guys, I'm not really interested to show all these things. I don't want to really showcase. Okay, build trigger is not required. All these things I'm not showing it. Directly, I'll go over here and I can start writing a pipeline. Start writing a pipeline. So, guys, in the pipeline, because it's a declarative pipeline, we know that under the declarative pipeline. So now, writing declarative pipeline. Okay, so for declarative pipeline, guys, either you can write a pipeline. Okay, here itself in the GUI only, you can write a pipeline here only, or you can write a file with the name Jenkins file. Right, you can write this file name Jenkins file, and you can mention all your pipeline steps under this file. You can do any method. Either you can go and write here, or else you can write a Jenkins. So right now, I'm not doing with the Jenkins file. I am going and writing here itself the pipeline. Right. So when you're writing a pipeline, guys, what happened, right? When you're writing a declarative pipeline, there is something like we'll come across something like a stages actually. So under stages, there is something like a stage you will mention. Like for example, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, like that multiple stages you will write. So if you guys have gone through the Jenkins series, I think you would have understood what I'm saying, right? And the stage 4 actually. So stage 1, something like where you will be doing a Git checkout actually. Stage 2 is something like where you'll be using a Terraform init or Terraform initialization. Okay, at stage is something where you'll be doing a Terraform plan. And finally, Terraform 4 stages are like Terraform apply with the option -FN auto -approve. This is what the stages you'll be writing under your pipeline. So can you write now the pipeline? Yes. So what you can do to make sure to make our life easier, what you can do that you can go over here, click on this. You could see something like a hello world. Click on this. It will show you a sample pipeline. Now, guys, whenever it opens a sample pipeline, right? This is a sample pipeline where I can start adding a code actually. You could see there's something like a pipeline syntax generator is also there. So because I'll be using a Groovy based scripting, it gives you the syntax also. You can even generate a syntax. So let me do a right click and open a pipeline syntax. This is a pipeline syntax, right? Now here, what happened, right? The pipeline always starts with the keyword known as a pipeline, and it will open the flower bracket, and here it will close the flower bracket, right? Inside it is something like agent any. It means that any available agent, your pipeline can get executed. Since we are installing everything Jenkins, Terraform, everything in the same server, so here itself the Jenkins is running. So Jenkins will act like a master server or the master node or the master. So who is going to execute any job? Because whenever you're triggering any job in the same Jenkins server, the same master itself will execute it. Say for example, tomorrow you said, Rajesh, I want to have some other node like where I want to build some other complex project. So what you do that you will try to create a new servers and you'll try to install all the software, everything, and you'll make sure that you integrate this node with this Jenkins server. Now what happened? This will act like a node agent. So it means that tomorrow, if you want to run any project, not executed by that Jenkins in the same server, but it has to get executed by into some other node or into some other server, then you have to configure it as a node agent, right? So in our case, what happened, right? We are not creating all these things, guys. We are running as part of the same server. So same Jenkins, which is running in the same server, which is number the master node, which is number the master, that itself will run the project as or it will run the pipeline. So for that reason, what happened, right? It should always be any agent, any. If it is something, if this is the node which you have configured it, then you would have given some label actually. You're given some label. Label something like a JDK17 is a label. So you would have given this label like this name, JDK17. It means that it could have run under the JDK17 like this. But since we are not doing it everything, we have to just say agent any. Okay. After that, what happened, guys? Since we are using a tool here, known as a Terraform, what you need to do, you need to go to the pipeline. You have to go to the declarative directive generator. Click on this. Come over here. Click on that tool. Okay. And select which tool you are using. A Terraform tool I'm using. And come over here and just say generate the declarative. So this is the tool you have to use it. You have to just copy this. Go to here and just add here actually. You can do some settings here. You can just say like this actually. Okay. Is it fine? So after that, you are giving a tool section here. Under tools, you are saying it, okay, you are using a Terraform tool, right? And here, after that, what you're doing, guys, you are trying to create a stage. Under the stages, you will be having stages. Various stages are there. Let me have a copy of some 3 times. Let me have a copy of this stage actually. So from here to here, let me copy this like this. Come over here, enter. Second stage, enter. Third stage, enter. Fourth stage. So 4 stages you are writing. What is the first stage? First stage is nothing but the Git checkout. For the Git checkout, you need to give this GitHub URL. So let me copy this GitHub URL. And what I will do that, because I need to generate the step, guys, what I will do, I'll go with the pipeline syntax generator. Here what happened, I'll go to the snippet generator. Click on the snippet generator, search for the Git. If you come down, there's a Git is there. Yes. Click on this Git. Give the GitHub URL. What are the URL you're having? So this is my URL actually, right? And what is a branch? It's not master, it is a main branch. right? Here, since my repository is a public repository, you need not to give any credentials, right? Otherwise, if it is a private repository, you have to give the credentials, and then like you need to generate the credentials and you need to provide the credentials. And then, but since it is a public repository, I'm not providing the credential details. It is not required. So I'll come and they'll just directly generate the pipeline. This is the pipeline which is generated. Let me copy this whole line, come over here, and then like I will try to paste it here. Is it fine? Yeah. Now, next what happened, right? You have to just say, after checkout, what you do that, guys, you need to do a Terraform initialization. Terraform initialization. For the Terraform initialization, you will be running a command with Terraform init. So for that, what happened that you will go over here. Since it is a shell command, you need to search for the shell, sh shell. Where is sh? Come down, I think here it is there. Yeah, sh shell is there. You have to just say Terraform init, right? And come over here and generate the syntax. This is a command actually. Just copy this command, go over here and just try to replace here. And then next, what is it? You have to just Terraform plan. I think it's the same command. If you go to the snippet, you need to just give a Terraform plan and just generate it. It will give you this Terraform. Same command. sh space open Terraform space plan, right? Remove this line, replace with this. And the last is nothing but your Terraform apply or Terraform provisioning. Terraform provisioning. For that, you need to give Terraform apply space -FN auto -approve. Right? And say generate the pipeline. This is the command actually. You have to just copy this line, go over here and just paste it. Clear, guys? So this is the pipeline which you have written, right? You can just copy this pipeline and you can make a note of in your notepad. Simple pipeline, you have written it. So first it does the git checkout. So let me check. First it does a git checkout. Okay. And then like it'll try to do initialization, Terraform plan and Terraform. As a part of Terraform apply, what you will see that it is going to create one more instance here, like by name Amazon Linux, something it will create it like that, right? Because as part of the project, what you did here under the main.tf guys, you have said that I need a EC2 instance with this AMID with this instance type, and this is a name or this is a tag name you need to get it. This is what the details you have provided, right? So what you'll do, you'll go over here and you'll just say apply and save it. Okay. And then like you need to run it actually. So to run it, you have to just say build now. So you could see that guys, it is running now. So if you go and click on here, it will take you to the console output. You could see that git checkout has happened. The first step has happened. Come down. Git init has been done now. Initialization is been done now. Git init is running now. That's a second stage actually. And Git plan is getting executed. Sorry, Terraform plan is getting executed now. And finally, you will see that Terraform apply is getting executed. -FN auto approve. See, it is executing. See, as part of it, actually, what happened, right? It is creating the server. See, AWS instance server 1, it is creating it. Right? See, it has successfully, it has got executed. Right? So how do you verify it? Come over here and just to do a refresh. Can you see there is something like a server by Amazon Linux? It has got created. See, this is a new server and the type is t.nano instance type. And it is using the AMID of your Amazon Linux itself, right? This is how, guys, it has been created. So I'm just showing you the only one server. Tomorrow, what happened? You will be building a large, big infrastructure projects. So you will be calling so many resource files and so many resources will be getting called, will be calling through your Terraform files to create infrastructure. We'll be seeing in our upcoming sessions, we'll be seeing that we'll be building a whole project, a very big project or a 3-tier application architecture, we'll be building it up. So those things are done, we can run it like this. We can run through Jenkins, right? So now this has got exit, guys. So if you want to terminate it or you want to destroy it or terminate it, what you can do, you can go to here, you can go to the same project-1. What you can do, you can just go and you can just click on the configure here. You can go to here, the project-1, go to the configure. I think at the last step here, you have to, instead of apply, you have to just say destroy. DSTROY, ROY, destroy. Right? And then like apply and save it actually. And again, run the pipeline. So what that pipeline will do, it does the same operation, but at the end, instead of creating it, it has to now destroy it actually. So you could see that it is calling a destroy, which will try to destroy the created services. So it has created this Amazon Linux server, right? It will try to terminate. See, can you see it is getting shutting down? Right? So it is still starting out unless until go to the terminate state, unless it will wait for it to get completely destroyed actually. So guys, what we learned in this small project, we just learned how to integrate the Jenkins with the Terraform. Even though we did in the same server, it was quite easy for us. And how exactly we can have our Git repository where we have uploaded the code actually into into the public repo, right? And how exactly we pushed all these files, right? Everything to the GitHub repo. This is what we have seen in today's session. Okay, so I hope guys you like this small project. So this is a very beginning, it's a first project. So what would be doing in our next project actually? The next week, next Sunday, next project, sorry, not next Sunday, next project, or the project-2, next project-2. What will be, so it will be in the next weekend guys, next Sunday only it will be. So we will be having the same thing, we'll be having a Jenkins server with the Terraform install, or I will be having separate server where Terraform will be installing it. So through the Terraform, we will be building an infrastructure. Where some big infrastructure will be creating it actually, right? And what I'll be showing, I'll also be showing an Ansible server. Okay, integration of Jenkins with Ansible. I'll be showing it, right? Okay, as part of this project, I'll also be showing you how to deploy EKS cluster in your AWS account. Okay, this one also I'll be showing. If possible on the same day, if it is required, I'll also show you the how to build through a CloudFormation templatings. This also I'll be showing you, and as a part of the project, I'll be showing you, right? So this is our agenda for next project actually. And the third project, I will be showing you about the how to build LAMP stack and have WordPress project. So this is a third project. Fourth project is like that. So I have a list, guys. If you want, I can share that list with you. So you'll get to know what exactly I'll be covering as part of projects actually, right? Some projects you will see that I'll be showing you everything on the Azure cloud. Some projects initially I'll be showing most of the things in AWS. Later, once you're comfortable with AWS, then I will switch to the Azure. Then most of the other projects and I'll be showing you everything on the Azure cloud. Is it fine, guys? So now with that, guys, with that, we are going to stop today's project-1, right? Any doubts you have so far? Any questions? Guys, any questions?
No, sir.
No.
All good.
Okay,
Thank
guys,
you.
then we will stop it. We'll meet in next week then. Okay, let me stop the recording.